standing still. Really good for hiding from bears. Not so good when you're describing characters. Find out what I mean right after this. Hey, it's Tuesday, time for another Prompt My Story video. My name is Marty Chan and I am a kids author, storyteller, and playwright. Every Tuesday I put out a video with a story starter to help teachers motivate their kids to write stories, and sometimes along the way I offer a writing tip to help those kids become better writers. So if you're new to this channel, that's what this is all about. I hope you like that concept and stick around. If you do, just hit the subscribe button or the like button and let me know that you're here. Now, for this week's video, I thought it'd be fun to talk a little bit about describing characters. I know sometimes that when the teacher makes you add details to describe the character, you make what I call the grocery list of details. You describe what they look like, what they're wearing, what their behavior is like, and it looks like a list that you would take to the local grocery store to get eggs, milk, and popcorn. And that's perfectly fine for a grocery list, but it's not as interesting in a story because it kind of makes things static, right? You just have a character who's standing there, you describe their head, you describe their clothes, you describe their behavior, and they're just standing still waiting to be described. Not so interesting. But if you add a little bit of action to draw our attention to what they look like, then it's going to be far more interesting for the reader to follow along. It also creates the illusion that the story is moving forward, and really all you're doing is just describing what the character looks like in action. So a character could whip their gray cap off and shake out their long blonde hair, which I do not have. See, I do not have long blonde hair. So they could flip off their cap and shake out their short black balding hair as the sun glistens off the top, whatever it is. But that simple action draws our attention immediately to what they look like, and it just pulls us into the story. My favorite is when somebody's getting ready to get down to work, they roll up their sleeves, and then there's your opportunity to describe what those sleeves look like, right? In my case, blue plaid sleeves up to their elbows, and they might reveal the dreaded scar across their forearm. This deadly scar came out of something that happened to me long ago. You see, I was petting my cat, and she didn't like it. So she turned around and she grabbed my arm and she sliced me open. Okay, well, it's not a great story, but it's how I got the scar. But it all came out of a little bit of action of me drawing your attention to the scar on my forearm. So always think about some kind of action that can just pull us in. It could be a hand gesture, it could be a movement. Any kind of action combined with a character description is going to take you away from the grocery list of details. Try that out the next time you have to describe a character. In fact, try it out with this week's story prompt. I'm going to give you, this time, I'll give you a character for this little clip. I'll give you a character. You'll have to describe them in action and then launch yourself into the story, okay? So here's this video's story starter. There you go, this week's story starter. Now, let that be your launch pad into your story, but try that little exercise out when you're describing the character in this particular clip. Use some action to draw our attention to something interesting or unique about the character and see what it does for your description. Hopefully, it'll take you away from the grocery list. All right, that's it for me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stick around with this channel and I'll come up with more videos just like this one. All right, see you in the next one. Have a good day.